रंगमय। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी राधव कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपी जनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानन्दन व्रजनरञ्जन नन्दन व्रजनरञ्जन। यमुना तेरा वनचारी यमुना हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय राधा माधव राधे राधा माधव माधव राधे। जय कृष्ण बलराम जय कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम जय कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम जय कृष्ण बलराम। जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय। जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Om Vishnupad Brahmasa Parivrajaka Acharya Stottar Sadasya Srimata Abhay Charanarvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki समस्त गौर भक्त वृंद की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयामुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेष्वभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। श्रीप्रजापतिरुवाच नमः नमः पाराय वितथानुभूतये। नमः पाराय वितथानुभूतये। गुणत्रयाभासनिमित्तबन्धवे अदृष्टधाम्ने गुणतत्त्वबुद्धिभिर्निवृत्तमानाय दधे स्वयंभुवे। So today we are going to hear about Hamsaguhya prayers. So here these Hamsaguhya prayers were if you see in the previous verse purport, it is to be understood that the Hamsaguhya prayers were not composed by Daksha, but were existing in the Vedic literature. So just to impress Lord, so Daksha took these prayers and with these prayers he glorified. Okay, so that means these prayers are not composed by Daksha. What Daksha is saying? Translation. Radha Govardhan Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Bhaji. Prajapati Daksha said, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is transcendental to the illusory energy and the physical categories it produces. He possesses the potential for unfailing knowledge and supreme willpower, and he is the controller of the living entities and the illusory energy. The conditioned souls who have accepted this material manifestation as everything cannot see him, for he is above the evidence of experimental knowledge. Self-evident and self-sufficient, he is not caused by any superior cause. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto him. Thank you.
So in this Namaha, that means obeisances. Namaha always goes with the Chaturthi. So you see, all these are all Visheshnas of the Supreme Lord. Gunat, so for example, Paraya. Next, Avitathanubhutaye. Gunatraya Abhasa Nimitta Bandhave. Adruštadhamne. Gunatattva buddhibhi nirvrutta manaya dadhe swayambhuve. Dadhe is what? Is verb? Dadhe, I offer. Okay. Namaha dadhe. Okay. So all these Chaturdis are there. So these are all meanings you can see. That means to Lord I pay my obeisances. This is the basic meaning of this sloka. So there are the different Visheshnas are there for the Lord. Paraya. What is the meaning of Paraya? Tell me. Paraya means? Jiva Maikebhyaha ityartha. That means Paraya means he is beyond. Beyond what? Is beyond Jiva and Maya. That is the meaning of Paraya. Okay? Paraya means the one who is beyond the Maya and Sajivas. Unto him. Unto him I pay my obeisances. Kutaha? Why he is beyond the Maya and Jiva? Why? Avitathanubhutaye. Avitathanubhutaye. What is the meaning of avitathanubhutaye? Tell me. Huh? Unto him. So whose spiritual potency brings about realization of him. Yeah. That means Satyanubhavaya Gunatrayabhasah Jivaha Nimittam Maya Tayoho Bandhave Evamapi Guneshu Tattad Buddhi Yesham Taihi Jivaihi Adrushta Swarupaya. Okay. Avitanubhutaya means Satyanubhavaya. What that is the meaning? That means he is experienced by the spiritual potency. So the one who can be experienced by spiritual potency. In the first Paraya means what we said, he is beyond the Maya and Jivas. So that's why you cannot see him by the Maya Shakti or otherwise Jiva Shakti. He is beyond the Maya and Jiva. And that is said in the next Avitathanu Bhutaye. That means he is experienceable by only, he can be experienced by only spiritual potency. Next, what is that? Gunatrayabhasa Nimitta Bandhave. What is the meaning of this? Gunatrayabhasa Jivaha means Nimittam Maya. That means Gunatraya Abhasaha. Gunatrayabhasa means Jivaha. So Jivaha Nimitta Bandhave. That means Jivaha Nimittam Maya. So who is cause for the Gunatraya Abhasa? So Maya. So Jiva and Maya. So Tayoho, those Bandhave. Bandhave means Evamapi Guneshu Tattva Buddhihi Esham Taihi. That means whoever is thinking Maya and Jiva as Tattvam, and for them he is not visible. Adrushta Swarupaya. His form is not visible. Tad bhinnairapi samyag anavagamya Dhama ityaha. That means whoever is different from the Lord, so those people cannot see his form, and his form is beyond the uh, yeah, samyak anavagamya dhama. That means his form is not properly visible. Anyway, so these visheshanas, even if I tell, there is no use actually. Yes, you will not remember also. Simply chalo. The transcendental position of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is explained herewith. He is not perceivable by the conditioned souls who are accustomed to material vision and cannot be understood that the Supreme Personality of Godhead exists in his abode, who is beyond that vision. So he is telling about which line, which Visheshana in these three lines? Tell me in the purport. He is not perceivable by the conditioned souls who are accustomed to material vision. So what is that? Huh? Avitathanubhutaye. That means he is perceivable only by the spiritual potency, and he is not perceivable by the conditional souls. Means gunatrayabhasa nimitta bandha way. This is the thing. Next, personality of Godhead exists in his abode, which is beyond that vision. That means this is what this is telling about adrushta dhamne. Even if a materialistic person could count all the atoms in the universe, he would still be unable to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So from where it is said, so Brahmaji is telling in his prayers to the Lord, Gunatmanaste piguna, Gunatmanaste pigunan vimatum, Hitavatirnasya ka ishiresya iti. This is from the Brahmaji prayers. From there he is saying, Pantastu Kotir, even from the Brahma Samhita also you can see. So the conditioned souls may try to understand the so Pantastu Koti Satavatsara Sampragamyo Vayo Ratapi Manaso Muni Pungavanam Sopyasti Yat Prapadas Simni Avichintya Tatve Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami. So the conditioned souls may try to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead for many billions of years through their mental speculative process, traveling at the speed of the mind or wind, but still the absolute truth will remain inconceivable. Ultimately, what? So Prabhupada took the Paraya, next, Gunatrayabhasa Nimitta Vandhave Adrishtadhamne, and also Gunatattva Buddhi Nirvruttamanaya. This ultimately it is summary is conditioned souls cannot see his form. So such a and Swayambhuve means self-evident and self-sufficient. That is also explained. You all know this philosophy very much. So we'll go further. Na yasya sankyam purusho vaiti sakyuhu sakavasan samvasata parismin guno yatha gunino vyakta drushte tasmai maheshaya namaskaromi. भावग्राही प्रभु. अच्छा, सुमति माता जी पढ़िए.
Hare Krishna Pranam Prabhu. As the sense objects, form, taste, touch, smell, and sound cannot understand how the senses perceive them, so the conditioned soul, although residing in the body along with the super soul, cannot understand how the supreme spiritual person, the master of the material creation, directs his senses. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto that supreme person who is the supreme controller.
What is that here? Sense objects are there. This example actually. Sense objects are there. Form, taste, touch, smell, and sound. Cannot understood. Cannot understand how these senses perceive them. What the example is given? In this sloka, in the previous sloka, what is said? Adrushta dhamne. That means Lord's form or Lord's swarupa is beyond the so senses or perception. So sense perception. That is being established. That is being explained in this 24th verse. Okay? Adrushta dhamatvam upapadayati. Okay. What is said? Yasya paramatmanah sakyam karna pravartak. सब लोग देख रहे हैं. क्या चल रहा है? Two friends are there. Okay. Na yasya sakyam purushah aveiti. Sakyuh sakyam. So sakyuh sakyam. Sakyam means what? Huh? Sakyam is friend. Saka friend. Sakyam. Huh? friendship. Sakyuhu sakyam means friends, friendship. So, friends, friendship. So Purushaha na aveti. Purushaha means what? Jiving entity, Jivatma. Jivatma doesn't know what it doesn't know. So, friends, friendship. Who is that friend? Supreme Lord, Paramatma. So, Jivatma is there. What Daksha is saying? This Jivatma is having friend with him always. And but he doesn't know his friend's friendship. So, Sakha Vasan Samvasataha Pure Asmin. Of course, is that friend is very far? No. He is also living with him in the same place. Both are living in the same place. And that friend is helping him. And but still, he is enjoying that help. But he doesn't know that friend. Wah, kaisa hai ye? Both are staying at one place. Friend is also staying. That means both friends is staying at one place. And that friend is helping also him. He is enjoying that help. And but he doesn't know that friend. कैसे कितना है? Who is that person who doesn't know his friend? We, you. You are that person. We are that person. We. Example is what? Gunaha gunino vyaktam vyakta drustehe. Gunaha guninaha. Gunaha means so sound, form, taste, touch, smell, so and so. All these, they don't know. They don't know what? Guninaha. Guninaha means they all residing where? So like one guna you take taste. Taste is residing in Rasagulla. Yes. Now Guni is, who is Guni? Rasagulla is Guni. And Guna is the sweetness, the taste, sweetness in that Rasagulla. So Gunaha, Guninaha, Srotradehe Indriyasya Sakyam Swamadhuryadi Gnana Madhurya Gnapana Lakshanam na Vetti. Here, who is cause to know the taste? Two are their friends. This is Paramatma. This is Jivatma. So this person, Purushaha, doesn't know him. So he's a friend. He is friend to him. And he's enjoying. This Jivatma is enjoying the friendship of this person, but he doesn't know that friend. Example, Gunaha. Gunaha means, take example one, Gunaha for what is that? So sweetness. Taste is also one Guna. So sweetness is a. Guni is what? This is laddu. Now I will take laddu. This is laddu is guni. Okay. This is what? Tongue. Very good. So guna is residing in guni. And this madhuryam, sweetness. Who knows this sweetness? Jivatma knows through this tongue. But this guna knows? Knows? This guna knows that sweetness? No. It doesn't know. Gunaha shabdasparshadihi yatha guninaha srotrendriya srotradehe indriyasya sakyam swamadhuri. Actually, Guninaha is, yeah, Prabhupada took nicely. Guni is not laddu actually. Guni is tongue. Like that. You can be. Here, guni meaning is the one which can pursue that guna. Like that also can take. The one which can possess that guna is also meaning of guni. The one which can pursue that, in that meaning also you can take. So guninaha means actually guna is there, sweetness. This sweetness cannot come to know so its own sweetness. Who is knowing that? Tongue is knowing. Tongue is perceiving the sweetness. But that guna, that sweetness will know about himself? No? Will it know? No. So similarly, here, Jivatma is not knowing the, that means here this taste guna is not knowing how the tongue is perceiving that guna. Similarly here, Jivatma is not knowing Paramatma, who is helping this Jivatma. Similarly there, guna, so who is helping? Tongue is helping to perceive that guna, but that guna doesn't know how this tongue is perceiving. Tongue is becoming cause to perceive that guna. Are guna is there, this sweetness. If this sweetness is not perceived, then is there any use of this existence? No. Who is helping this sweetness to be perceived by the Jivatma? Who is helping? Tongue is helping. How this tongue is helping this sweetness guna to be perceived? Huh? Understanding? नहीं. क्या है बोलो?
You're explaining that the sweet itself, it doesn't know the sweetness of
no,
its own.
sweetness doesn't know. Yeah, its own, that means sweetness.
Yes.
Good, the guna sweetness doesn't know its own sweetness. Yeah.
So Jivatma get that sweetness by the
help of
the tongue.
That means tongue is cause to be known. That means that sweetness to be known. Okay. So that means, but this guna sweetness will not, doesn't know how tongue is helping. Because if tongue is not there, this guna will not be known by anyone. So who is helping whom? Tongue is helping guna or not? Otherwise, tongue, how it can be perceived? It cannot be perceived. So who is helper? Tongue. And so who is helped? So guna, sweetness is helped. By whom? By tongue. Similarly, their Jivatma is helped by whom? Paramatma. Jivatma, how Paramatma is helping, that Jivatma doesn't know. It is enjoying that help, but it doesn't know the Paramatma. So who is helping? Similarly here, guna. So you should know that in the place of Jivatma, take guna. In the place of Paramatma, take tongue. So then you look at. नहीं समझ में आया? श्री चरण दास आया? क्या एग्जाम्पल दिए हम सब के प्रेयर्स? So here Vishwanath Chakravarti is writing, both are staying at one place, Atma Ramatvepi. Of course, this friend Paramatma is Atmaram. He doesn't have any business. But still, being Atmaram also, Sakya Deva. So how he is writing? He is Atmaram. That means he doesn't need anything from outside. Atmaram. And he doesn't need any pleasure from outside. But because of friendship only, what he is doing? He is helping him. Not reciprocating, helping. Reciprocating kari nahi rahe. So he is helping. Whatever he wants, tat kamitan, whatever he desires, everything he is supplying. All material enjoyment objects, everything he is supplying. Vishayan bhojayituh. Swayam sakhapi tasya tat sakyam anubhavan. That means this person is his best friend. So his best friend is this, and he is also helping, and he is feeding whatever he desiring, is everything supplying. Of course, he is Atmaram. He doesn't need to do anything. But still, but this person is not knowing him. Atraiva dehe vasannapi na eva vedaha vyakta drishtehe iti. Okay, next. Question बनाए. जीवात्मा doesn't know Paramatma. Na avaiti. Explain this based on Hamsaguhya prayers. Hamsaguhya prayer means example also is coming, na? Jivatma doesn't know Parama. Na Veda. Next. Dehe savoksha manavo bhuta matram Atmanamanyam cha viduh param yat sarvam puman veda gunam cha tasgno na veda sarvagnam Radha Rohini Mataji. Marks? How many marks you tell me? 2. 2 marks. इधर वाइट देख नहीं पा रहा हूं मैं.
हरे कृष्ण
ऐसा
प्रभु
ही
जी
लाइटिंग नहीं, आपको लाइटिंग पीछे है ना, ऐसा ही दिखते नहीं और इसके ऊपर हाँ अभी लाइटिंग, क्योंकि पीछे लाइट गिर रहे हैं, चेहरा है दिख नहीं रहे, ऐसा ही दिखते नहीं है ना. वो कल से वो पत्थर लेके घिसना चाहते हैं, आप पत्थर दे दीजिए एक इनको. हाँ घिसे इनको, सब वो बोल रहे हैं पत्थर से घिसेगा, आपको कंपटीशन. कैसे हैं स्वामी जी, ठीक है? हाँ? बोलो परपट.
translation हरे कृष्ण प्रभु धन्यवाद
हाँ.
प्रणाम because they are only matter the body the life force the external and internal senses the 5 gross elements and the subtle sense objects form taste smell sound touch, cannot know their own nature the nature of the other senses or the nature of their controller. But the living being, because of his spiritual nature, can know his body, the life is, the senses, the elements, and the sense objects, and he can also know the three qualities that form their root. Nevertheless, although the living being is completely aware of them, he is unable to see the Supreme Being, who is omniscient and unlimited. I therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto him.
What is said in this? Acha, in the previous verse we are seeing that gunas, that means sweetness, that taste, form, and so on. So all these, they don't know how senses are helping to perceive them. Okay, that was gunas. Gunas are jada. In that example, whatever we have seen, they are inert materials. They will definitely, they cannot know. They cannot know. So that means how they are being helped by the tongue and so on so. Other senses, sense organs. But Jivatma is different from these gunas. Gunas are because of inert material, but Jivatma is Chetana Padartha. Why Chetana Padartha? Jivatma is not knowing Paramatma. So because in the example, this is Jada. The being Jada, it cannot know the sense organ, but that Jivatma is Chit and it should know Paramatma. Like this, Purapakshi put a question. Now we are clarifying. It's not like that. There is one more problem is there. So one more thing is there. Katam na janati tatra sarvatra chetanopi parameshwaratva chetana eva ityaha. Parameshware tu achetana eva. Of course, Jivatma is chetana padartha with respect to all these elements. But Parameshware tu achetanaha. But with respect to Paramatma, he is achetanaha. He is like a nut. So body, life, air, senses, mind, all these, they are all inert. Body will not know life air cannot know body. Senses cannot know life air cannot know senses. Senses cannot know body cannot know senses. Why? Because these are all inert. Wow. Inert matter. But who knows all this? Jivatma knows. Jivatma knows. Paramatma is there. So Paramatma, but Jivatma knows all this, but Paramatma doesn't know Jivatma. Because with respect to Paramatma, if you see Jivatma is like achetana padartha. What it mean? With respect to Paramatma, I am saying. That means it is in front of Paramatma, it is like a achetana, it's like a jada. When Paramatma sanctions to this Jivatma to see, then only this Jivatma can see Paramatma. That is also dependency there. Okay. Tam cha paramatmanam cha Veda. Muktadashayam tam paramatmanam janati iti tadina. Tadapi sarvagnam parameshwaram. And this Jivatma knows all this, and Jivatma knows himself also. Jivatma knows all this. Jivatma knows body, Jivatma knows life, Jivatma knows senses, Jivatma knows, also Jivatma knows sense objects. Sense objects also you can take. And Jivatma knows himself, but Jivatma doesn't know Paramatma. Okay? And that kind of Paramatma, I pay obeisances to that kind of Paramatma. But he knows everyone. Yes. Aprakrita guna nama anantanam agnanat tadapi agnanameva eduktam. Tadapi sarvagnam parameshwaram name. Okay, next sloka. Vedoparamo manaso nama rupa rupasya drishtasmriti sampramoshat yaiyate kevalaya swasamstaya hamsaya tasmai shuchi sadmane namaha. Sarvamangal Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
When one's consciousness is completely purified of the contamination of material existence, gross and subtle, without being agitated as in the working and dreaming states, and when mind is not dissolved as in Sushupti, deep sleep, one comes to the platform of trance. Then one's material vision and the memories of the mind, which manifests names and forms, are vanquished. Only in such a trance is the Supreme Personality of Godhead revealed. Thus, Let us offer our respectful obeisances unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is seen in that uncontaminated transcendental state.
Okay, thank you. What is said? Nanu yadzgnopi na veda iti yaduktam tatra tadeva vedyam. What is said here? Yadoparamo manaso nama rupasya drishta smriti sampramoshat yayite kevalaya swasamsthaya. So next what? Continuation. So this Jivatma doesn't know Paramatma, and this is said. Next continuation. We'll make pictures. Paramatma is there, okay? This is Paramatma. This is Tat. It is now having two forms. Okay. Vastu Sugneyam. Tatra yaduktam tatra tadeva vedyam vastu. This vastu is Sugneyam. Sugneyam means what? And Durgneyam. Dur. This vastu can be easily known. This vastu cannot be known easily. Easily known cannot be easily known. Cannot be easily known. That means this Paramatma can be known easily. How it is? Paramatma can be easily known, and Paramatma so cannot be easily known. So Paramatma, that's the supreme truth, is having the two forms. Actually, Tattvam, that Tat, Paramatma, Tat, is seen by the worshippers in many ways. In how many ways? Three. What are those? Brahmeti, Paramatma, Bhagavan. Okay. Paramatma and Bhagavan take as a one. Take as a one. Savishesha. Okay. So Nirvishesha. So now tell me, this Tattvam is known in how many ways? Two ways. What is that? Savishesham and Nirvishesham. So that means Tat is having the two. You can say it can be known in two ways. Savishesha form and Nirvishesha. Okay. In this Savishesha and Nirvishesha, which is Sugneyam and which is Durgneyam? Tell me. Which form is Savishesha is? Savishesha is Sugneyam. Savishesha is Sugneyam. And Durgneyam is Nirvishesha. Okay, it's clear? Huh? Clear or not? Huh? Ki bolchen? Ki Sugnayam is? Huh? This right or wrong? Huh? So you are saying right just now? You told differently, but I wrote differently. You want to, that means Sugnayam is Savishesha form. You want to, huh? But I wrote Nirvishesha. What should I keep finally? What you said or what I wrote? Savishesha is Durgnayam. Savishesha is Durgnayam or Nirvishesha is Durgnayam? Which? Nirvishesha is difficult. Kleshodikata rastesha. Acha? So, okay, online. Which is difficult? Which is Yashoda Kirti Mataji? Yes, Mataji want to say. Comment. We will hear comment from Yashoda Kirti Mataji. Everyone.
Hare Krishna, Dandvat Pranam. Prabhu.
Yes, boliye abhi.
Yes, Prabhuji.
हाँ,
Nirvishesh form is Sudneya.
हाँ. Nirvishesha form. But क्या?
The Savishesh form, that is Bhagwan form, is Durdneya. Nobody can perceive Bhagwan form easily.
Easily.
It's only perceived by Bhakti, Shuddha Bhakti.
But Nirvishesha form is difficult, na Mataji?
So Durdneya is difficult to perceive, na Prabhu? So it's Savishesh form, Bhagwan.
How? How Savishesha form is difficult to know?
Prabhu, it's the topmost Ish realization. Brahman and Paramatma is the, first and second levels, but the topmost level is Bhagwan form. So it's not very easily perceivable. It's not perceivable by only Chintan or Jnan or Karma or Yoga.
Ajamil, what he did? Just one Nama Bhasa. He got the darshan of Vishnu Dutas. Is there any difficulty? Sumati Mataji, is there any difficulty faced by the Ajamil in realizing the Bhagavan?
No, Prabhu.
No, na. So, see Mataji, there is no difficulty. Only one Nama Bhasa delivered.
But he was offenseless, na Prabhuji. Without offenses, he chanted the name.
That means, yeah, that means if we are offenseless.
Anya Vilashita Shunyam, he chanted, therefore.
So then it is easy, no? So that means bhakti, that means seeing the Lord's form is so easy.
But Anyabhilashita, to become Anyabhilashita Shunya is very difficult, no, Prabhu? That's why it's Durneya.
No, it is easy, no? The Ajamil case, it became so easy. Ajamil able to did, that means we can also do that. Yeah, we'll hear from others. Am I going, Prabhu? Yes.
Sugyam is Savishesha.
Yeah.
Durgayam is Nirvishesha.
Why?
Because it is difficult to perceive a thing which doesn't have form. Lord is having form. So we can easily meditate and can perceive it.
Yes. Good. This is also good answer. Jai Gopinath Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. This Brahman is easily achievable. In Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, we see one of the characteristics of Bhakti in the bhava level is sudurlabha. It is very rarely achieved. So that level only one can have the darshan or of the form
Brahman
of
is,
the Lord.
you are saying Brahman is easily achievable. Okay.
Yes.
Easily achievable.
The Lord gives one mukti easily, but not bhakti. By that bhakti only one can perceive the Lord in the Vishesha, that rupa.
Yes.
So in this 6th chapter of 5th canto also, that is mentioned, Muktim dadati karchit smana bhakti yogam.
Yeah. So, and Brahman is easily achievable and Bhagavan is not so easily achievable. Okay. This is the statement. Okay. Very good. So we'll see from now. Brahmaji's mouth. What is a Brahmaji in the 11th canto? Sorry, in the 10th canto, 14th chapter, sloka number 6 and 6 only, na? Tatapi Bhuman. Tell me. 6 and I think 7. So he says, so Brahman is completely knowable but difficult to achieve. Savishesha form. So that is Brahman means Nirvishesha form you take. Nirvishesha. And take this Savishesha. Savishesha form of absolute truth. That is Bhagavan and Paramatma. Is not completely knowable but easily achievable. That means it is easy. Sugneya means it is easy to know Brahman. Easy to know means it is not easy. It is completely, Brahman can be known completely, not easy. Su means completely known. Brahman is completely known, but difficult to achieve. That is the point you should understand. Sugneyam means. Lord is, Durgneyam means what? Completely. Durga, Dur means impossible. Impossible to know. Actually, Sugneyam means possible to know. Here, Sugneyam means what the meaning you should take? Possible to know. Durgneyam means impossible to know. Okay. So, but process, if you see the process of achieving Nirvishesh Brahma is very difficult. Klesho idike taras tesham. So it's impossible to know Lord completely. Impossible to know what you should. Impossible to know Lord completely. That means completely knowing Lord is impossible here, but easy to achieve. Just Ajamila chanted one small Namabhasa, that's all. Because Lord is having infinite qualities. Why infinite qualities he is having? Because of this reason, it's impossible to know all his qualities. But Brahman, possible to know, but difficult to achieve. This. Okay. Now, so first in this sloka, that means what is the sloka number is? Which sloka we are discussing? 26, na? In the 26th sloka, he is saying that Yada manasah uparamaha. In this sloka, we are seeing Nirvishesha Swarupam. In the 26th sloka, which form of the absolute truth is explained? Nirvishesha form, which is Sugneyam. That means which can be known completely. Completely knowable. So, but it is knowable Yada manasah uparamaha. When you can know this Brahman, when you enter into the, for knowing Nirvishesha form of the Lord, you need what? Samadhi. Yada uparamaha manasaha. Manasaha uparamaha means mind is completely seized. There is no chitta vrittis. If there are so many chitta vrittis, then you will be seeing the many. Now mind should be completely become functionless. Samadhi. It should enter into the samadhi. Then what will happen? Then you will be realizing so Brahman. But mind, it's not that means in the stage of sushupti also we go into the such a deep sleep state. So there completely all the functions of the mind and other senses are completely stopped. All the functions of mind and senses are stopped. But still, by that sushupti, can you come to know? No. That is not the achieving of Brahman. Achieving Brahman means, so mind has to be seized. That means it should enter into the samadhi. In Sushupti, what happens? In Sushupti, just mind is entering into the, so which nadi? That is Sushumna nadi. So because of this, mind is not going to function. That is nothing but because of deep ignorance. Then there will be no functions of the senses and mind. So then soul is completely disconnected from the subtle and gross bodies. So in that state, you will be experiencing the soul, but that is not equal to the realizing of, that is not the attaining of, that is not equal to the attaining of Savishesha form, sorry, Nirvishesha form. Even in the Jagrata and Swapna Avastha, our mind functions so many ways. In that state also, and it is seeing the manyness. If you see manyness, you cannot realize the Brahman. So that's why when you can realize Brahman, when mind is completely seized, there is no functions, there is no actions in the mind. So Uparamatishaye hetuhu drishtam darshanam smritischa tayoho sampramosha means samyaktayeva nashat. That means how to realize Brahman. This is Jivatma and this is subtle body and gross body. So subtle body means mind, false ego, all will be there. When this is not at all functioning, all seen, seeable and memories, everything is seized. And then this Jivatma is completely freed from the ignorance. And this is the Brahman. And when it sees the oneness between these two, and in this world, nothing you should see. You should see everywhere only this Brahman. In the beginning, there is Nirvishesha, ending also Nirvishesha. In between, whatever variegatedness is there, that is only temporary and illusory. So discard that and see now also Nirvishesha. So that should happen. For that, all the functions of the mind has to be stopped. So very difficult. So very difficult to realize the Brahman. But it is possible to know the Brahman completely. But Bhagavan, knowing Bhagavan is completely impossible. but it is easy to achieve. It is easy to get him. Just by vibrating tongue, you can go.
They are offered by this, what is it, the Daksha, whether it is a Gyan aspect prayers, Gyani point of view, or
Yeah.
devotee.
No,
Mr.
these
Brahma.
prayers are there already.
Huh.
Just to please, he's using just sometimes. So
this
will be some
aspect-
stotra part we
yeah,
do.
Yeah,
That's all.
this is not compiled, right? That's okay.
Yeah.
But that's prayer aspect of
It's having everything.
Gyan.
Yeah, everything. All philosophy and also all
But
aspects of
but
the
But
philosophy.
here we are what discussing.
No, all aspects of philosophy will be here in this. We have seen only 3 slokas. We'll be seeing other further.
I mean, in that sloka, that sense we can understand Gyan aspect no only. No?
Yeah, it is. You want to
telling
ask
about-
that these prayers are only gnana based
No,
or
no,
what?
I'm not asking this.
Ah.
I'm asking here is what is going on, no? Particular
Ah.
verses.
Ah.
So this is telling about Gyan aspect like that.
Philosophy.
Philosophy, Gyan aspect philosophy, no?
No. It's philosophy means everything. That means all the aspects. That means Lord is not seen by the Jivatma. This is a philosophy actually. So it should be known by everyone actually. This is like Jagat and these senses, they cannot know, but Jivatma knows all these, and Jivatma cannot know Paramatma. Paramatma is 2 forms, Savishesha and Nirvishesha form. So Nirvishesha form to realize, mind has to see it, and Savishesha form you should do bhakti. Like that. So total philosophy. Okay. If you want to know more about how to realize Sugneyatvam Swarupasya, Nirvishesha Rupasya Swarupasya Sugneyatvam Brahmana Uktam. Brahmaji is telling in the Brahmaji's prayers. If you want to know how to realize Brahman in detail, then you can go through the commentary of Srila Jiva Goswami on 10th canto, 14th chapter, 6th sloka. Okay, 10, 14, 6. You are getting something? Okay, next sloka. 27. Is clear? Not clear. Amok going, bro, is it clear? Everything is clear.
Not everything, but something is clear.
Something is clear. Okay. Manishinontar hrudi samniveshitam swashakti birnavabhischa trivruddhihi vahnim yata daruni panchadashyam manishaya nishkarshanti gudam savai mamasesha vishesha maya nisheda nirvana sukhanubhutihi स सर्वनाम स च विश्वरूपः प्रसीदतामनिरुक्तात्मशक्तिः. यशोदा कीर्ति माता जी. Big translation.
Hare Krishna. Just a minute. जिस तरह कर्म कांड तथा यज्ञ कर्म,
हिंदी ने इंग्लिश.
ओ सॉरी प्रभु जी. प्रभु जी, आई एम ट्रैवलिंग. मैं किताब लेके रखूंगी कल प्रभु जी.
Just as great learned brahmanas who are expert in performing ritualistic ceremonies and sacrifices can extract the fire dormant within wooden fuel by chanting the 15 Sami Dheni mantras, thus proving the efficacy of the Vedic mantras. So those who are actually advanced in consciousness, in other words, those who are Krishna conscious, can find the super soul who by his own spiritual potency is situated within the heart. The heart is covered by the 3 modes of material nature and the 9 material elements. Material nature, the total material energy, the ego, the mind, and the 5 objects of sense gratification, and also by the 5 material elements and the 10 senses. These 27 elements constitute the external energy of the Lord. Great yogis meditate upon the Lord, who is situated as the super soul Paramatma within the core of the heart. May that super soul be pleased with me. The super soul is realized when one is eager for liberation from the unlimited varieties of material life. One actually attains such liberation when he engages in the transcendental loving service of the Lord and realizes the Lord because of his attitude of service. The Lord may be addressed by various spiritual names which are inconceivable to the material senses. When will that Supreme Personality of Godhead be pleased with me?
Okay, thank you. We'll go to next. It's like a very connecting story. Yeah, connecting story. Philosophy nicely explained. This is over. How to know Nirvishesha form? What is the procedure? Mugovind Prabhu, tell me.
Prabhu, I got copy of English copy, so I can also read now.
Yes.
This
Next sloka is yours. Okay. Tell me now. So how to know Nirvishesha form? Who will tell? What is the procedure? अभी सुने हैं ना? सुने नहीं अभी? Just now you heard. How to realize Nirvishesha form of the absolute truth? Megvarna. I expected from you. How to know? जा रहा है या नहीं जा रहा है अंदर? अंदर जा ही नहीं रही लग रहा है एक्चुअली बाउंसिंग. Who will tell? Raise the hand. How to realize the Nirvishesha from? Just now I told or not? Sarvamangal Mataji, tell me.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Yeah.
Prabhu, you just told that there should not be any activity in the mind, means mind should be functionless. There
Yeah.
should not be any chit vritti.
Yes, that is
Means it should be in samadhi. Then in that position.
Yadoparamo manasaha. Manasaha uparamaha. What is the solution? Manasaha. Procedure is? Yeah. Yes, samadhi. He's in samadhi. Rangamai. Good. What is the procedure to know, realize the Nirvishesha form? So, manasaha uparamaha. That means ceasing the actions of mind. Stopping. Completely cease. That doesn't mean that the Shushupti. Okay. Now we'll learn about how to realize Savishesha form. Savishesha form. How to realize this? You all know. How? Pure devotional service. Is it difficult or easy? Devotional service is difficult or easy? Is easy. Very easy. Only in the case of offenders, it may be difficult. Even that is also not difficult. But it is very difficult. So stopping the functions of the mind. So that's why this procedure is difficult. But you can completely know about Brahman in this. But here, procedure is very easy. But you cannot come to know completely all the features of Savishesha. So where it is said, Manishinaha Suddha Bhaktaha Gudam Antar Hrudi Sanniveshitam Pravishtaha Swanam Bhava Saroruham Ityukta Ritya Shravana Bhaktya Antar Hrudi Pravesham Punar Manishaya Prema Bhaktyuttaya Nishkarshanti. What happens in the bhakti? This is devotee, okay? Here there is a devotee. He is devotee. Initially, what he does? He did what is the first anga of the bhakti? Shravanam. By doing Shravanam, what happened? Lord is entering in the heart of this person. Here you see Lord is there. This person, so heart Lord enter when you did Shravanam, is entering. After that, what happens? Keep on Shravanam. That means Adav, Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya. That means Bhajan means hearing. Hearing. Lord is entering in the form of Bhava Rupa initially, and then once it is clean, so he is entering himself. Then what happens? Punaha, Manishaya. Manishaya means Prema Bhaktyuttaya Nishkarshanti. This person, what he does, the Lord entered into his heart and he will bring out. Aja. Pakad ke khista hai actually, bahar. Aja beta, aja. He's there in the heart, now he's pulling him out. Why? Out of love, he's pulling out. Because he wants to see with his eyes. He wants to see. If he wants to see, then he should nikal ke, dekh ke enjoy karte hain. This is possible because of love, prema bhakti. Prema bhaktyuttaya nishkarshanti. Antar hrudayat nishkrishya. That means from the inside of the heart, he pulls out. He brings back. Chakshuradibi indriyaihi saundaryadi madhuryam aswadayanti. What they do? So these people, these devotees, he will bring them out. He'll bring this Lord outside, and then so he will be seeing with his eyes. So he is seeing these eyes externally, and also he's seeing the beauty of his form and other things. So what kind of Lord? He is having so many Shaktis. Lord is always surrounded by many Shaktis. He is having many Shaktis. Okay? Swashakti bhis, chit shakti bhi sahitam. That means he is pulled along with all his Shaktis. How many Shaktis he is having? He is having mainly 3, but actually 9. 9 Shaktis are there. As many are there, infinite, but 9 are major. In that major, 3 are most major, prominent. Vimala, so and so. You can see in the Sandarbha, Bhakti, Bhagavad Sandarbha, the name also given. In last Anuchedas, not a number I don't remember, but Trivudbhi Shakti Reva. So in these 3 are main, what are that? Hladini, Sandhini, Hladini. Sandhini or Sandhini? Okay, Sandhini. Okay. It is explained like this. Like you see, there is a wood. Example is given. That means devotees are hearing Lord initially. He is then entering into the heart. And then after that, out of Prema Bhakti, with Prema Bhakti, they are pulling out this Lord from the heart to outside. And they started relishing the beauty of the Lord. So this is explained with the example. What is the example? Example, see. There is a wood. That means this is a wood. From this wood, we need to extract the fire. How to extract the fire from this? Panchadasha Samidheni Mantraihi. There are 15 Samidheni mantras. Samidheni mantras, what are these? Samidheni mantras, they are used at the time of sacrifices. I don't know exactly, but these mantras, Brahman mantras. So he is going to produce mantra. By mantra, fire. Meghavarna is chanting mantra and then fire is Brahman. Is it possible? Not possible. Why? Sense gratification, if you do, then no possible. Barish, Bapuri. Powerful Brahman. Prakamya alaukikam vahnim. So by these mantras, alaukika vahini, that means very special fire is produced from this wood by these mantras. Same way, by this Hare Krishna with this mantra, so we are producing, we are bringing out Lord. But what is the problem here? So Savishesha Swarupasya Aprakruta Ananta Gunasya Durgneyatvam. Savishesha form is impossible to know completely, because Durgayatam is impossible to know. Why? Because it is having the infinite number of qualities. Infinite number of qualities it is having. Okay. Understood? That is a point. Eduktam Brahmana. Brahmaji telling Gunatmanastepi gunan vimatum hitavartirnasya ka ishiresya kalena yairva vimita sukalpair bhuvamshava kemihika yubhasa. Actually, this is ऐसा नहीं चलता. Gunatmanastepi gunan vimatum vitavatirnasya gunastepi gunan vimatum vitavatirnasya. Okay, anyway. Okay, Savishesha and Nirvishesha forms of absolute truth is over. Tattu tasya Mayakam Savishesham Rupam. Next sloka also we have to see, na? 28 also. Tattu tasya Mayakam Savishesham Rupam Tad Vetiriktam Eva Mama Upasyam. He is also having one more form also. Acha. Savishesha form of the Lord means you may think that, my dear friends, this, who is this? Savishesha form, I think. Very big form. What is that? Virat. You may think that Savishesha means Virat, but here in these prayers it is clarified that this Savishesha form is different from Virat. That is being explained in next verse, 28th verse. Okay, you should write a story, huh? Savishesha, Nirvishesha form on absolute truth. You should write all these points. Write the question. Okay, let me finish this also then. This Savishesha form, whatever we discussed in the 27th sloka, that is different from, so yes, Virat Purusha. Virat Purusha is material form, that is made up of Maya. So that's why here it is clarified by these prayers that this Savishesha form is different from the Mayikam, that means Virat. Samama prasidatam ashesha vishesha yasyaha tasyaha mayaya nishedena aprasakta nishedha. Virat. Virat is nothing but what? Samishti Purusha, or otherwise Vishwarupaha. Vishwarupaha or Virat Purusha is what? Is a Samishti. Samishti Purusha is comprised of what? All, that means from Brahmaji to all the small blade of grass. So everything is inside to this Virat Purusha. And all the names and forms are included in this Virat Purusha. And here, and that's why this form is out of Maya. And this form, whatever is desired, that is completely different from this. That is said here. Okay, now please discuss about Savishesha and Nirvishesha form of absolute truth. Please discuss about Savishesha and Nirvishesha form of absolute truth. Okay. This, you should write Nirvishesha form. Absolute truth can be two types. Savishesha, Nirvishesha. Nirvishesha is Sugnayam. So because it's possible to know and it is achieved through this. And Nirvishesha form, the Savishesha form is Durgnayam. This is Bhakti. Those like that. How many marks? 4? 5. 5. 5 is good. Good boys. Okay, next. Yadyaniruktam vachasa nirupitam diyakshabirva manasota yasya ma bhut swarupam gunarupam hi tattat savai gunapaya visarga lakshanaha. Amok Govind Prabhu. Yes.
Anything expressed by material vibration, anything ascertained by material intelligence, and anything experienced by the material senses or concocted within the material mind is but an effect of the moods of material nature, and therefore has nothing to do with the real nature of Supreme Personality of God. The Supreme Lord is beyond the creation of this material world, for He is the source of material qualities and creation, as the cause of all causes. He exists before the creation and after the creation. I wish to offer my respectful obeisances unto Him.
Okay, thank you, Prabhu. Anything expressed by material vibrations or ascertained by material intelligence, experienced by material senses, everything is what? Is also material. This, anything experienced by or perceived by or imagined by whatever, by these elements, so that will be also material. You are able to see this marker with your material eyes. Since it is seen by the material eyes, it is also material. Like that, anything perceived by these material senses are ascertained by material intelligence is also material. Okay. perceived by senses. Next, manasa nirupitam, ascertained by the mind. Sankalpitam, tattat sarvam yasya sarupam mahabhut. So that means, what is the meaning? Virat Rupa you can see by the material senses, but you cannot see the desired Savishesha form by the material senses. That is the point. That's a point you should understand. At the beginning of the creation, so he creates, and at the time of destruction, he destroys. So, saha srushti pralayo karoti saha ishvara ityatah सृष्टेः पूर्वत्र प्रलयात् परत्र च तस्य सत्त्वसिद्धेः अत्र दृश्यते established Lord's form is beyond the modes. Huh? You establish it. Establish it. See, this is Lord. Is there here? So, this is the point of creation, and this is a point of destruction. See, is there before the creation. When this is created, so many objects are created, which are all out of modes, gunas. All these species are created, and these are destroyed. So, guna vistaraha is there between the 2 points, creation and destruction. The creation, that means guna vistaraha, expansion of gunas. Expansion of gunas are there in between these 2 limits. But this person is beyond, is before the creation is there, is also there after creation. So what it mean? So he is beyond gunas. So expansion of the gunas are limited to these 2 points, creation and destruction. But he is there beyond, before creation, after destruction also. So that's why this is establishing he is beyond gunas. अरे मेंटेनेंस वही होगा, बीच में जो है वही, उसको बोलना नहीं. Established Lord is beyond, Lord's form is beyond gunas. If Lord's form is beyond, is inside the gunas, then he cannot be before this creation. Because gunas, whatever objects created by the gunas are existing in this limit only, then he should also inside this limit, in this range. Objects created by the gunas are existing in this limit only. Understanding? Before this, it cannot be. If you say his form is also out of gunas, what problem will come? Then creation should come here. Anything created out of the modes should be in this limit, but he is beyond this limit. That is establishing Lord is beyond kya? Gunas. Lord's form is beyond gunas. It's not out of the made out of gunas or manifest out of gunas. Established Lord's form is beyond gunas. That's Savishesha form. Established Savishesha form of the Lord is beyond gunas. समझ में आया नहीं आया? चलो नेक्स्ट श्लोक. क्या है? तमेव विदित्वा अतिमृत्युमेति इति आत्मावारे मंतव्य द्रष्टव्यः मंत इत्यादि तस्मात् सर्वात्मना राजन् भगवान् श्रोतव्यः इति परसहस्र श्रुति स्मृति वाक्य विरोधात् ईश्वर अनुगृहीतैः एव वचादिभिर् इति व्याख्येयम्. So if anyone is coming to know the Lord means what? He is not seeing or perceiving these just by his material senses. No, he is perceiving or seeing or so ascertaining because of spiritual, by the Lord's mercy. That's the point. अतः श्री कृष्ण नामादेन भवेद् ग्राह्यमिन्द्रियै सेवोन्मुखे हि जिह्वादौ स्वयमेव स्फुरत्यदः. So that's why Lord is perceived by the what? The senses which are purified by the service. This all you know. केचित्तु कार्ष्णेन निरूपणाभावात् न निरूपितमित्याहुः यतः अप्राप्य निर्वर्तते वाचश्च मनसा सह इत्यत्र अपादान निर्देशात्. चलो नेक्स्ट श्लोक. अवजानन्ति माम्. नेक्स्ट टेक्स्ट नंबर 30. यस्मिन् यतो येन च यस्य यस्मै यद्यो यथा कुरुते कार्यते च परावरेषां परमं प्राक् प्रसिद्धं तद्ब्रह्म तद्येतुरनन्यदेवकम्. रविंद्र चैतन्य प्रभु.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, 30th, no?
Yes.
The Supreme Brahman, Krishna, is the ultimate resting place and source of everything. Everything is done by him. Everything belongs to him and everything is offered to him. He is the ultimate objective, and whether acting or causing others to act, he is the ultimate doer. There are many causes, high and low, but since he is the cause of all causes, he is well known as the Supreme Brahman who existed before all activities. He is one without a second and has no other cause. I therefore offer my respects unto him.
Thank you, bro. So next what? Next story what? So that means from last sloka we understood that Lord cannot be perceived by the material senses, but when you engage those senses in the service, then only you can perceive. And because Lord's form is beyond the modes. So that is already we have discussed there. This is the point we discussed. Now what we are seeing here in the 30th sloka, 30th verse. Nanu gunamayam rupam yadi tat swarupam na bhavati tarhi tasya apurnatvam prasajjeta. Someone is saying, Are, acha, Lord's form, what we established in the last sloka, Lord's swarupa is beyond the gunas. That means gunas are excluded from him. That means he is not complete. Good point or not? Objection, my lord. What is that? If you say Lord's form is purely transcendental, is beyond the modes, that means Lord is completely different from the gunas. gunas are excluded from him, that means he is not complete. To be complete, all guna and chit, everything should be with him. So what is the answer for this? What is the answer for this? What we should say for this? Objection is very valid or not? Very valid objection. So the answer is like this. Yasmin yataha yena yasya yasmai yad yo yata. All 7 vibhaktis. Yasmin is which vibhakti? Saptami. Yataha Panchami. Yena Tritiya. Yasya Sashti. Yasmai Chaturthi. Yad you can take here as a Dvitiya. And Yaha Prathama. So all 7 came or not? 7 vibhaktis. Vibhaktis Ramaha Ramo Ramaha Ramam Ramena Ramaya Ramat Ramasya Rame. Like that. Yaha Yam Yena Yasmai Yasmat. Yasmat means Yataha you can take. Yasya Yasmin. All these 7 vibhaktis. That means in the Lord, by the Lord, and for the sake of Lord, and from the Lord, of the Lord, in the Lord. That means Lord is, that means whole creation is done by Lord, where he is staying inside only, in himself only. Yasmin. And by whom it is done? By him only. And for whose sake? For himself. From where he is doing? From him. So what he did himself. That means these 7 vibhaktis are applied on the Lord, is indicating that everything is he only. This is establishing the 7 usage of 7 vibhaktis here, indicating that everything is included in Lord. Of course, that means his Swarupa is beyond the modes, but everything is in him means everything is his Shakti. Is Shakti. Understood? Can understood? Yes. It's like a very debatable, this sloka, very nice actually. This Saptabhihi yat shabdaihi sapta vibhaktyarthaha darshitaha. Yasmin adhikarane yatah apadanat yena karanena yasya sambandhinah yasmai sampradaya yadi ipsitamam yaha karta kurute swatantraha karyate va anyena prayojana kartra tad brahma iti pratyekam anvayaha. You may not explain so nicely because you don't know Sanskrit grammar. But if you know Sanskrit grammar, you can explain even more nicely. Vibhakti arthas, if you know meanings of the vibhaktis, then you can nicely explain, but I don't mind. So you should make a one sentence. All these vibhaktis are used for the Lord. So it indicates that everything is included in the Lord. माने भगवान, हिंदी में बोलूंगा, भगवान 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 को भगवान से भगवान भगवान के द्वारा भगवान के लिए भगवान से सो भगवान का सो भगवान में किया तो क्या हो गया? भगवान भगवान को किया माने ये जो जगत इज आल्सो भगवान, करने वाला भगवान, कराने वाला माने किया किसके द्वारा कर रहे हैं वो भी भगवान, किसके कहां से कर रहे हैं वो भी भगवान, सब कुछ भगवान. That means everything is That means what is the problem in the previous? What is the objection? Objection was, so Lord's form is completely transcendental beyond the modes, then it is not complete. It's not complete. Yeah, apurnam. So tasya apurnatvam prasajyate. Now what we are saying? So everything is he only. Tad hetoh tesham karanam. Karanatvam kritah. Prak prasiddham. Nanu brahmadayah तद हेतवः श्रूयन्ते अवरे च दृश्यन्ते तत्राहि परावरेषां च परमं तेषां करणानामपि कारणत्वात् परमं कारणम् इत्यर्थः. So Bhanu Maharaj, how he translated? Can anyone read?
But if you say that material forms are not the swarupa of the Lord, then the Lord is incomplete. Locative case, yasmin. Ablative case, yataha. Instrumental case, yena. Possessive case, yasya. Dative case, yasmai. Accusative case, yat. And nominative case, yaha. Are all used to express everything in relation to the Lord. It is Brahman who does everything, and in whom, from whom, by whom, of whom, unto whom everything is done. By 7 words, 7 grammatical cases are related to the Lord are expressed. Yatha indicates indeclinables used to express relationships with the verb. Kurute and karyate indicate actions for the self and for others. Cha indicates affixes used to form words. All of this is Brahman. Why? He is the cause of all of them. How is that? Brahman has always existed. Brahman and other things are said to be causes. Are inferior things also seen as causes? Brahman is the supreme cause of all causes, higher and lower.
Okay, Prabhu. This is, yeah, good. So in this sloka, one more yatha is given. Yatha iti kriya karaka sambandha prakara vachinam avyayanam arthaha. क्रियाकारक संबंध प्रकार वाचिनम. And kurute karyate cha iti swartha parartha kriyanvayah. That means he is doing himself and he is doing for others. So understanding, you got the meaning of this sloka? So now, it's difficult. छोड़ दो, क्वेश्चन नहीं बनाएंगे. Next sloka. Next, actually in this sloka, paravaresham paramam prak prasiddham tad brahma tad hetur ananyat ekam. One more point is this Brahma and all, that means whoever we are seeing as a creators, they are also created by him only. So because he is the beginning of everything, so that's why being a beginning of everything, he is independent, and all others are created by later, so that's why they are all dependent. That is the second 2 lines meaning. Next, yachaktayo vadatam vadinam vai vivada samvada bhuvo bhavanti kurvanti chaisham muhuratma moham tasmai namo nanta gunaya bhumne. Few points I'm leaving because it's difficult for you to get. Okay, whose this is? Acha. Translation. Saranakanti. So,
Let me offer my respectful obeisance unto the all-pervading Supreme Personality of Godhead, who possesses unlimited transcendental qualities. Acting from within the course of the hearts of all philosophers who propagate various views, he causes them to forget their own souls while sometimes agreeing and sometimes disagreeing among themselves. Thus, he creates within this material world a situation in which they are unable to come to a conclusion. I offer my obeisance unto him.
yeah. Just 1 second. In the previous sloka, so whatever conclusion is what? One thing. Conclusion is for the previous sloka. So in the previous sloka, so he is beyond the guna. So how he can be complete? That is the point. Then what is said? His form is out of the, that means, so Sarupa Shakti, that means Chit Shakti. Because of Chit Shakti, it is his form is there. But whatever this material world is there, so that is the Maya, Bahiranga Shakti, and Kala. All these are all his different Shaktis, but they are belonging to him only, but they are external to his Swarupa, but belong to him. In this way, so everything is belonging to him. So that is the point you should understand there. So in this way, we answered the object, that means opponent. We answered the opponent. Now in this sloka, what we are going to see, he is having this kind of Shaktis. That means he is having the some Shaktis which are cause for his Swarupa, and also he is having the some Shaktis which are completely outside to his form. So, but about these Shaktis, people are arguing. They are not able to understand. They are very much bewildered. What is the bewilderment? Let us see. They are, so very good. Huh? चार्जिंग खत्म कब से? Wow. Online students, we have no power. Holiday. Everyone will become happy by holiday. Yeah, Samadhi Mata is so happy actually. Swarupa Shakti and Bhairanga. All laptops, no charging. Stop. अच्छा मेरा तो निकाल दो. So Swarupa Shakti, Bahiranga Shakti, like this he is having. Parasa Shakti Vividha Srite. Lord is having many Shaktis. And by seeing these Shaktis, there is a Vivada, fighting. So Vadatam Vadino vai Vivada Samvada Bho Bhavanti. kurvanti chaisham yashaktayo vadatam vadinam vai vivada samvada bhov. These shaktis are cause for, these shaktis cause for what? Fighting. For argumentation. Between so-called learned persons. Because why? Because these shaktis are achintya. They are very different. Achintya shaktis. Bahiranga shakti is also achintya. Sarup shakti is also achintya. It means they are beyond the logic. That's why by seeing these people are bewildered and started fighting. एक से एक कुत्ता है और दूसरे से एक बिल्ली है. It is both. It's simultaneously it can do both. Such a thing. It's very, very different. So, nanu atra mate sajatiya vijatiya swagata beda sahishna asahishnavah anye advaitavadinah vyavadante techa anye nayyayikaah षोडश पदार्थ वादित्वात् द्वैतवादिनः व्यवदन्ते. Who are fighting actually in this fighting? Who are there? Advaitavadi is there. Advaitavadi is, what is the philosophy of Advaitavadi? Sajatiya vijatiya swagata beda asihishnutaya. That means Advaitavadis don't accept Sajatiya bheda, Vijatiya bheda, and Swagata bheda. Understanding? That means Sajatiya bheda means there are two arm trees are there, mango trees. The difference between two mango trees is known as Sajatiya bheda. And Vijatiya bheda means there is a mango tree and there is a coconut tree. Difference between these trees is known as Vijatiya bheda. And Swagata bheda means what? Mango tree is there. In that mango tree, there are the mangoes are there, leaves are there, stems are there, branches are there. So then this is known as the difference between the leaves, stems, and other branches is known as Swagata Bheda. And that's why they don't want to accept any kind of difference with the Brahman. That means they don't want Sajatiya, Vijatiya, Swagata Bheda. They don't want to accept this. If there is a Sajati Bheda means there is a Brahman is having Sajati Bheda means there is should be another Brahman which is similar to the Brahman. Vijati Bheda means there is another Padartha which is entirely different from the Brahman. So that then this Brahman is having the Vijati Bheda. And Swagata Bheda means in this Brahman there should be varieties. Then Swagata Bheda. They don't want to accept any kind of difference. Sajatiya, Vijatiya, Swagata Bheda, Asahishnuta. That means they are not ready to accept. They are not patient enough in accepting this. They are immediately become aggressive. You are saying Lord is having the Shaktis, Sarupa Shakti, and is having the form. That means Shakti, Shaktiman. Immediately they will come with the sword and they will want to fight. We are declaring war now. So you should write all this. I will ask question. अभी तो कहानी सुन रहे हैं आप लोग. Question आ जाएगा. So who will be participating in the fighting? Those people, all the philosophers, one by one we will be seeing. Next, our next heroes are Anye. Who will be in that fighting? So there are many scholars are sitting. One's place is already confirmed. That is Advaitavadi. So next is Nayyayika, Dvaitavadis. To fight with him, someone we need or not? Who is rejecting his philosophy? Nayyayikas, they accept difference. Bhedavadis. Because they have how many padarthas? Shodasha. Sixteen padarthas. What are the 16 for Nayayikas? So 7 Sapta padartha. They accept primarily 7. Dravya, Guna, Karma, Samanya, Vishesha, Samavaya, Abhav. These are the 7 padarthas they accept. And inside Dravya, there are the. So once again, 9. That means total now 9. So under the Gunas 24. And the Karma also 4 types. There are many are there. Subsections. Okay. Anyway. Yashoda Kirti Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Hare, Prabhuji, please, 7, which are the 7 padartha, please? Once again, can you please repeat? Dravya, Guna, Karma. At
Dravya,
least
Guna,
we should know
Karma.
that one.
Dravya, Guna, Karma, Samanya, Vishesha, Samavaya, Abhav. Dravya, Guna, Karma, Samanya, Vishesha, Samavaya, Abhav.
अच्छा, ये abhav is the samavaya abhav.
Samavaya is one padartha, Abhav is one more padartha.
Something like Nyaya Sutra is there. Pramana, Prameya, Samshaya, Prayojana, Drishtanta, Siddhanta, Avayava, Tarka, Nirnaya, Vada, Jalpa, Vitandayitva, Bhas, Chala, Jati, Nigraha, Sthanam, Tattva, Jnana, Nishraya, Sa, Adi, Gamaha. These are the 16 elements of 16 padarthas.
Okay.
First
Nyaya Sutra, okay. So actually, Mataji will write down these 16 padarthas are not these 7. That's why those are all 7 only coming here. But we have to accept another 16 actually.
Okay, Prabhuji.
So 16 pada. Okay, you write simply 16 pada they accept. They no need to write the list. Okay. So Nayayikas accept the 16, but Advaitins are accepting only 1. That's Nirvishesh Brahman. So then there is a fighting or not? Obviously. One is accepting only 1, another is accepting 16. Dvaitavadinaha. These are all what? Dvaitavadi. Advaitis are Advaitavadi. Then there is fighting. Next, Anye Vaisheshikaha Samvadante. Next, Vaisheshikas also they come. They also almost are like Nayayikas. They will also start because there is an opinion difference. They will also involve in that fight. So next, Sarve Taihi Sarves Cha Anye Na Kadachit Anidrisham Jagat iti Vadantaha Mimamsakaha Vivadante. Mimamsakas, they say that. So that means different from these Advaitins, Dvaitins, and now we have seen Vaisheshikas. Different from these 3, who is coming? Mimamsakas are coming. And Mimamsakas, what they say? Na kadachit anidrisham jagat. Na kadachit anidrisham means anidrisham. What is the meaning of anidrisham? Idrisham. World is not dissimilar. So these Mimamsakas, they say, what is the difference between Mimamsakas and these 3 party, these 3 people? So Advaitavadis, Dvaitavadis, and Vaisheshikas. So Vaisheshikas. So they have difference. These two are having a conflict. So these are Advaita, these are Dvaita. They say one element and they accept 16. Vaisheshikas also like Nayayikas only. Dvaitavadis means you should take here Nayayikas. And Advaitavadis, followers of Shankaracharya. So they accept 1 and 16. So there is a fighting is there. And these are also similar to like this. Then they will also fight with this. And apart from these three, one more is coming, Mimamsaka. So Mimamsaka coming, and what he is saying that this Jagat is permanent, he says. Jagat is permanent. That means nothing beyond. That means these three people reject this material world. They reject the material world and they accept other than this material world. Nayayikas and also Advaitavadis, they reject the material world and accept other than the material world. But in the case of this Mimamsakas, they accept this material world. They accept this material world as permanent and just doing the yajnas and going to the highest position of this material world and returning back, going and returning back. So this is the happiness they define. But according to the Advaitavadis and Dvaitavadis, they define happiness is beyond the material creation. This is a point. That means, what is the main point? According to the Nayayikas and also Advaitavadis, they say happiness is not there in this material world, but happiness is there beyond the material world. But Mimamsakas, they say happiness is there in this material world itself. This is the difference. Then they will fight with all these three or not? Maja aayega. So next, vyavadante taischa anye स्वभाववादिनः संवदन्ते ते च तत्त्वविद्भिः बोधिता अपि. Next, स्वभाववादीस. Who is that स्वभाववादी? I don't know स्वभाववादी. अच्छा, स्वभाववादी is अरे शून्यवादीस. स्वभाववादी. They have 4 classes. Actually, one class I know. That means Swabhavavadi, I think. Actually, I am not sure. I think. So, because in nature, in your mind, you are thinking about the marker. So that's why you are seeing the marker now. Your nature is of what kind of nature? Seeing of marker. That is your nature now. So that's why you are seeing that object. This one type of swing. You can do research also. Okay. So like this, all these vadis, they fight about by seeing. That means Lord created this universe with all his energies, with various energies, but people are fighting among themselves. यशक्तयः यस्य माया शक्तिवृत्तयः वदतां सम क्वचित् संवादस्य च भुवः उत्पत्तिभेद. तत्र अविच्छेदः सूचितः अनंत गुणाय इति अनंत शब्दस्य अनेकार्थत्वेन. So there are so many references are given to say. So Lord's ananta gunaya iti ananta shabdasya anekardatvena anekardatve nanashavachitvam. Next, gunanama anashwaratvam nissimatvam cha uktam. So basic understanding, you see, by seeing these Shaktis, they will be having this kind of routine differences and they fight. And there are so many other references are there, nothing more actually. So Lord is having the different Shaktis to say that there are so many references. So now, by seeing the Lord's potency, right? By seeing the Lord's various potencies, various philosophers fight among themselves. Or argue among themselves. Okay, no, otherwise you can write the potencies of the Lord are cause for argumentation among the various philosophers. The potencies of the various potencies of the Lord are cause for argumentation among the various philosophers. Okay, how? You will put full stop and then make question how. Okay, clear? How many marks? 3 marks. और कहीं 5 करेंगे क्या? लिखेंगे 5. 3 is 5. चलो 5 डाला. I will take till 4 o'clock. I will finish the chapter. Just coming. Now main thing is over already. I will just Okay. Next. वाह, और भी एक है क्या? कहाँ तक है? 30? यस, 34 तक है. चलो स्पीड बढ़ाएंगे. अस्तीति नास्तीति च वस्तुनिष्ठयोर् एकस्तयोर्भिन्न विरुद्ध धर्मणो अवेक्षितं किंचन योग सांख्ययो समं परम ह्यनुकूलं बृहत्तत्. There are two parties, namely the theist and atheist. The theist who accepts the supersoul finds a spiritual cause through mystic yoga. The Sankhyaite, however, who merely analyze the material elements, comes to conclusion of impersonal and doesn't accept supreme cause, whether Bhagavan, Paramatma, or even Brahman. Instead, he is preoccupied with the superfluous, superfluous external activities of material nature. Ultimately, however, both parties demonstrate the absolute truth because although they offer opposing statements, their object is the same ultimate cause. They are both approaching the same Supreme Brahman to whom I offer my respectful obeisances. This translation is written based upon Vishwanath Chakra Thakur's commentary. Now there is one more problem is coming. What is that? You understood this? Lord Shaktis are cause for the argumentation among these philosophers. So those philosophers you have seen, Advaitavadi, they accept. So they don't patient enough to accept Swagata Vijati, Sajati, Abheda. That means they accept only one object. And they accept 16. That's why they fight. That's what we have seen. Now, one more thing actually. One more point we have to see. Now, the Shastrajnaha kim iti nindhyante Shastranam ekam Shastranam eva ekamatya bhavena paraspar virodaditi chet maivam ma evam vadir iti ityaha evam vadir iti. So tell me now, these are all big scholars, why they are fighting actually? Why there is a difference among them? That means all the Shastras are telling differently, or one thing only they are telling? Actually, all the Shastras are telling about one thing only, but there is different understanding actually. There is a different understanding. So how it is, you can see now. Asti iti yoga sankyayoho. So yoga bhakti yoga sahasram sankyam gnana sahasram tayoho tat prasiddham param sarvotkrushtam bruhat brahma samam ananukulam cha. So yatha sat tatha avekshitam. Why this difference? bhakti is there, and yoga means bhakti yoga you should take. Sankhya means Sankhya is jnana. Yoga and Sankhya. Okay. So here, Yoga Shastram, Sankhyam, Jnana Shastram, Tayoho Tat Prasiddham Param Sarvat Bruhat Brahma Samam Anukulam Cha. They accept Savishesha form and this Nirvishesha. So there is a difference between these two opinions. Paraspar Viruddhayo Tayoho Dvayoreva Shastrayoho Avekshane Kimapi Vaishamyam Pratikulyam Cha. But if you see, this is the also these scriptures and these scriptures. So maybe these are the what? Upanishads, Bhakti Shastras, like Bhagavatam and this. So is there any difference between these two scriptures? Huh? Is there any difference? Now you see, some people are saying that they are followers of the yoga, that means they are followers of the bhakti. They conclude that Savishesha form is ultimate, and they are saying that so bhakti so is the highest, and based upon Bhakti Shastras, they are saying these jnanis, they are concluding into Nirvishesha form, and they say that Nirvishesha form is highest, and that means they are following Upanishads. Is there any contradiction between these two? Is there any contradiction between those two Shastras? Is there any contradiction? No. There is no contradiction actually. Asti iti nasti iti cha vastunishtayoh ekastayoh bhinna viruddha dharminah. That means vastu is only one, but someone is saying asti and someone is saying nasti. Who are those asti nasti fellows? So this fellow is saying asti, that means form is there, and this fellow is saying nasti, no form, but discussing about same object, one object. This is one object only, but saying differently. One object, but saying differently. Why this? They are saying viruddha dharmas. These people are saying that there is no form, no qualities, nothing. And these people are saying that there is form, qualities, and everything. Why these two? This difference, why? Is there any difference between the scriptures which are teaching about that? About this vastu, the both scriptures are teaching about the same vastu. But is there any difference between the scriptures? No, there is no difference between scriptures also. But kinchana sankhya yoga sankhya yoho samam param hyanukulam bruhattat. So they fight like that. Tayoh katam bhutoh asti iti bhinna viruddha dharmayoh. Yoga shastre hi krishnam, that means in the yoga shastras we see krishnam pishangambaram pishanga विशंगांबरम अंबुजे क्षणम चतुर्भुजम शंखगदा आयुधम इत्यादिना नाम रूप गुण पाणिपादाद्यंगोपांग पार्षद धामादि astyupakhyaने vidhiyate. It means these yoga followers, that means bhakti, they see that absolute truth is having the form, having dresses, this, that, qualities, dham, everything. The followers of Sankhya, they say that he anama rupa gunam apani padam achakshur ashotram ekam advitiyam api nama rupadikam nasti iti nishidyate. Ityevam, that means these people have said that. So arupam apani padam achakshuhu, yogis, Sankets, they say this. Sankets, they say there is no form. Like this paraspar viruddha dharma. Both are saying the differently, exactly contradictory things they are telling about the one object. That's absolute truth. Nanu tarhi katam avaishamyam apratikulya va tatraha. Vastunishtayo vastuni vastava vastunyeva nishtha प्रतिपादकत्व लक्षणाः एयोः तेन भक्ति शास्त्र विधिना वास्तवं वस्तुएव प्रतिपादयति न तु अवास्तवं यथा ज्ञान शास्त्रं च निषेधेन वास्तवं वस्तुएव प्रतिपादयति. But is there any difference? But both are correct actually. This is also correct. This is also correct. They are saying this one object is nothing but what? Absolute truth. Absolute truth. So is having form, qualities, and so and so. All this. Absolute truth having all the form qualities, like is a pitambara, is wearing the so pitamambaram, and so yellow garment, so and so. That is also yogis, that means bhaktas, they see. And Sankeites, they say that there is no form. So, and is there any difference between these two peoples? That means, is there any wrong actually? Is it wrong? Whatever this Sankets said, is it wrong? And this yogas means bhakti. Jnanis, Sankets means you should take it as jnanis. And yogis means bhakti, bhaktas. Is there any difference? Is there any wrong in there? No wrong, nothing wrong. Because this object is such a magnanimous object, it can be realized without form also, it can be realized all these qualities also. That is, greatness is going to whom? To the absolute truth. And such a Bhagavan, such a Paramatma, I want to pay obeisances. Okay, it's clear what this sloka is saying. So Daksha is saying that I pay my obeisances to such a Lord. So who he has, that means he looks differently for the two different people. So someone say asti, someone say nasti, but he is exhibiting such a different qualities, and both are correct also. Okay, clear? Next. Yenugrahardam bhajatam padamulam anama rupo bhagavananantah namani rupani cha janma karma bir bheje samahyam paramah prasidhatu. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is inconceivably opulent, who is devoid of all material names, forms, and pastimes, and who is all pervading, is especially merciful to the devotees who worship his lotus feet. Thus he exhibits transcendental form and names with his different pastimes. May that Supreme Personality of Godhead, whose form is eternal and full of knowledge and bliss, be merciful to me. So atah nama rupadi vidhi nishedabhyam shastra dvayoho avirodham venjayan bhakta vatsalasya bhagavatah sus. That means one party is saying that no name, no form, nothing, and another party is saying that so there is a form and name and so and so. Both parties are true actually. Absolute truth can be realized in both ways. So there is no problem. That is the greatness of the absolute truth. So finally, he is asking that means that Supreme Lord who is having the form, ye anugrahardam bhajatam padamulam. So now he is saying, Daksha, I want such a Lord's mercy. Why he is asking mercy? What is the reason? Daksha, what he wants? He wants to expand the progeny. That's the main. Naman bheje. That means he's worshipping. So him through the names, fame, form, and so on so. So he may be blissful, merciful to me. Like this he is asking. Next. Yashoda Kirti Mataji, yes.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी कुछ पूछना है प्रभु जी मुझे कि क्या हम निर्विशेषवादी और नास्तिक को एक मानेंगे क्या प्रभु जी? क्योंकि यहाँ पर अगर जैसे कि बताया है कि जो नास्तिक है, यहाँ पर जो श्लोक में है अस्तिति नास्तिति, और यहाँ जो डिस्क्रिप्शन है वो बता रहे हैं कि निर्विशेषवादी, मतलब जो नास्तिक है वो तो भगवान को ही नहीं मानता है, तो आकार नहीं है या उनका आकार है, इस बात पे क्यों चर्चा करेगा? वो तो भगवान का अस्तित्व ही नहीं मानते हैं, तो कैसे समझेंगे इसको प्रभु जी?
अच्छा, आप परपुट में हैं।
So is Nastik is synonymous to निर्विशेषवादी?
No.
फिर कैसे समझेंगे इसको?
Nastic means who doesn't believe
Yes.
Vedas. Who doesn't believe Vedas, he is Nastic, and who believes in Vedas, he is Astic. That is
okay, but Nastik does not believe in God also, no?
No. That is a Nirishwar actually.
Nirishwarvadi.
Yes. Nastic means whoever is not believing Lord is not Nastic. So whoever is not following Vedas, he is Nastic.
Okay, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
So actually here in the translation, if you see, there are two parties, namely the theist and atheist. The theist who accepts the super soul finds the spiritual cause through the mystic yoga, the Sanket. However, the who merely analyzes the material elements comes to the conclusion of impersonal and doesn't accept the supreme cause. So whether Bhagavan, Paramatma, or even Brahman. Instead he is. So Prabhupada wrote commentary in a different way. So, but if you see our Acharya's commentary, so what you have to say here, Asti party is what? Asti means hai. That means they are there. Asti party is yoga party. Asti, who is saying Asti? You said na, Asti party is Asti and Nasti. There are the two parties are there. Na? Asti means some people are saying hai, and some people are saying not there. No. So Sankets they say no. Yogis say yes. That means so they are saying yes. Sankets means whom you should take? Bhaktas. So yogis means you should take bhaktas. Sankets means you should take Jnanis. So Jnanis they say no form. Bhaktas say there is form. This is the argument. These meaning you should take. Then Asti Nasti means.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji. But this meaning is also telling कि वो परम कारण को नहीं मानते, चाहे भगवान परमात्मा ही ब्रह्म ही क्यों ना हो. So निरीश्वरवादी, this Nastik is निरीश्वरवादी. This is the usual meaning we take, na Prabhuji.
Nastik
No,
means?
it's not related to Vedas. Nastik is who believes in, who does not believe in God, and Astik is who believes in God. यही अर्थ अभी तक हमने समझा था, तो
कब से, कहाँ से समझे आप?
प्रभु जी, जैसे समाज में कहते हैं ना कि ये व्यक्ति नास्तिक है और ये व्यक्ति आस्तिक है.
क्या समझे आप उस समाज से?
तो अभी तक ये अर्थ लिया जाता है कि जो नास्तिक है वो भगवान को नहीं मानते.
अच्छा, वो अर्थ को वाइप कर दीजिए.
और यही चीज यहाँ पे अर्थ में दिख रही है प्रभु जी, ये श्लोक के जो अर्थ में दिख रही है कि सांख्य धर्मी परम कारण को नहीं मानता, चाहे वो भगवान हो, परमात्मा हो या ब्रह्म हो, उसको स्वीकार नहीं करता है.
नहीं, वैसे नहीं होता.
सो दिस मैचेस. अच्छा,
एक्चुअली इस ट्रांसलेशन में कुछ और भी विचार करना चाहिए, लेकिन आस्तिक मीन्स आपका जो भी है अंडरस्टैंडिंग, उसको अरेज कर दीजिए. Erase it and write this. Astik means who believes in the Vedas is known as Astik, and who doesn't believe in Vedas he is Nastik. Okay.
Okay. ठीक है. और फिर वो नया वो जो शब्द है निरीश्वरवादी, वो कहना पड़ेगा. अगर वो भगवान में विश्वास नहीं करता है तो he is निरीश्वर.
Saishwarvadi and Nirishwarvadi. If you want to say, so who doesn't believe in the God he is a Nirishwarvadi, and who believes in the God he is a Saishwarvadi.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also says, Vaidya Namanya Bodha Haila Nastik.
Yeah.
That means Buddha, because they don't accept Veda, that's a Nastik. Nastik means who doesn't accept Veda, scriptures.
Yes.
That is definition of Nastik.
Yes. So Buddha's example is followers of Buddha, they are Nastik because they don't believe in the Vedas. And Sankhites, they believe in the Vedas, but they don't believe in the Ishvara. So, but you cannot say Sankhites are the atheist. You cannot say Sankhites are atheist, because of course atheism or non-atheism or theism is not dependent on believing the God or not believing. It depends upon the accepting Vedas or not accepting. This is the point. So that's why here Asti means which party you should take. Yogis, Nasti party is Sankhites, and then so Asti means what? Yogi, Bhaktas. Once again, we are giving yogis means you should take here bhaktas. Sankhites means jnanis. The asti means form is there. They accept that Lord is having the form. And nasti, they don't accept Lord is not having the form. Absolute truth is not having the form. But actually, both opinions are correct only. Jnani is also correct and bhaktas also correct. But only thing is contradiction is there. Difference is there. Sorry, understanding level is different, that's all, but both are correct. Realization is different, but Lord is having such a capacity, so he can be perceived as a Brahman, and also he can be perceived as a Savishesha, that means Bhagavan or otherwise Paramatma. So that is the point, and that glory is going to whom? Lord actually. चलो और टाइम हो गया ना. So in 33 he is asking, and 34 final one. 34 is big one. Okay, we'll see tomorrow remaining. We'll fastly finish this in 1 hour, remaining slokas in tomorrow or 45 minutes, and we'll start the next chapter, 5th chapter. Okay. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.